Well, good, very late evening. Hopefully this is working. It was working fine, and then as soon as I started to go live, there was a notification saying mic not detected. So I'm hoping um, this is coming through all right. How's everyone doing? I'm back after a couple of weeks. If you saw my last update 2 weeks ago, um, and you recall that, I wasn't sure really which direction to kind of go with this right now. And I'm not going to discuss too much on that at the moment. But Enrique messaged me and said he wanted to come on again. So I thought, okay, I'll do one tonight. Also, last week I was off because my back went out. It's still kind of sore, but it's better than what it was. Normally when it goes out, it lays me up. Like I can't even walk for a few days. Thankfully, it didn't go to that point, but it was pretty painful. I had some periods where I was touch and go there. As you can see, I'm coming to you in glorious 720p. I'm not paying the $25 a month for this right now, just to get 1080p. It'll look kind of garbage, but whatever. It's until I know what's going on, it doesn't really matter right now. So it is what it is. But tonight I'm just kind of waiting for Enrique to arrive. He said he would be here on the half hour, and it's coming up in a couple of minutes. I did send him the link, and I'm just waiting for him to accept it. But until then, I'd like to see how you all are doing. You all sitting there in the chats. There's nobody here. I'm watching this, and it says there's one viewer. I don't know who that is. I'm a little bit of a mess. I didn't even... I shaved, but I didn't even shower really for this tonight. So I am still working and figuring things out. I still have a mess back here to take care of. Since my last, and my throat's, by the way, I am also getting over a flu. I'm clearing my throat a lot like this. So I apologize for that in advance. My throat is still kind of not scratchy, but it just feels kind of grovelly. I don't know how to describe it, but I just feel like I've constantly got like a frog in my throat. So I'm going to be clearing that quite a lot. And so I apologize in advance. I still have quite a mess back here that I take care of, and I haven't had a chance to touch it in the last 2 weeks because my back went out. There's always something. This couch has got to go. It's comfortable. I like it, but it's taking up way too much room. Like you have no idea how invasive of the space that couch is. A neighbor moved out here, and she was kind enough to offer it to me, and I took it because it was a really nice couch, and I didn't think that it was going to be as big as it was and take up as much space as it does in here, but it does. It takes up a lot of space. So I'm kind of stuck with it at the moment. So until I can clear this up, all those plans that I was talking about, having a Saturday show and having a more of a regular interview show on Wednesdays, is all on hold until I can actually properly clean all this up. But as you know, there's always things coming up in my life so much, and I haven't been able to do anything. Like I haven't even drawn. I think I picked up a pencil and started sketching, and my drawings look so bad. I realized I was so badly out of practice. I don't even know what to do right now. That's why last week, if you see the one I did 2 weeks ago that says, hi, I used to be an artist. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of treating it like that. I don't draw anymore. I've been doodling on iPad. I put up a few things on my Instagram. If you're not familiar with my Instagram, it's Phil Chandler Arts. Feel free to go and subscribe. I'm just killing a few minutes here until Enrique gets here. If I don't see him, though, in about 5 minutes, I don't think I will stay on, though. I'll give it. I know he said he is in California, so I'm giving him till which would be 9:30 there. For me here near Toronto, I live in a tiny little city called Burlington, but it's part of the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area. And so because I'm Canadian, and so it's a 3-hour difference. So it's 12:30 for me and 9:30 for him. So I'll give it 5 minutes or so because I don't have a whole lot to talk about, and I don't know what to do to kill that much time. I'm not going to set up something and try and doodle or do a drawing on here. He hasn't even opened it yet. I don't think he's been on. I'm looking at, actually, I'm checking my phone to check his Instagram, because that's where we were chatting, was through the Instagrams, and said, "Do you still want to come on tonight?" He just said, "Sure, 9:30. You can come in for an hour." That was fine. But I don't know what's going on. If I don't know what's going on, I'm not going to sit here all night. So I'll give it about 5 to 10 minutes. I mean, if he comes back, I suppose I can start back up again. I don't know. But yeah. So I see Adam's in there. Hello, Adam. How are you doing? I don't know how long, even if you just came in or not, but I am just waiting for Enrique because he said he was going to be here tonight, and I feel like I should be playing the Jeopardy theme. Just sitting here waiting for him. Hopefully my mic is working. It says it's working, but when I started the live, a little message popped up at the top that said there was no mic, but there is. I put it on mute while I have that little music introduction, and as soon as I cleared it, and it shows here the mic is working, so I'm presuming, I think Adam, I think you would have spoken up if you said, "Hey, there's no audio," but I'm presuming there is. So as I said, I'm just going to give it a few minutes because I really don't have anything else to talk about on this right now. I think the only bit of news is that I am planning on taking a trip to England come late July. A couple of things coming up, actually. Both are in July. There's the tiny home show, and I would really like to shoot some video and make a little video about the tiny home show, because if you know me, you know I have an absolute fascination with tiny homes. And I want to be involved in the tiny home movement in Ontario. Currently, there's a couple of organizations that are going city to city, speaking with the mayors of each of the city and city hall, and proposing the idea of a tiny home community in each of the cities. And they're trying to get as many on board as possible. I think they have 5, but the problem is the 5 cities are way up in the northern part of Ontario. Quite a distance, where it's like winter 3/4 of the year. So I don't know. I mean, as much as I really do want to live in a tiny home community, it's just a little too far north. But they are working really hard to generate interest, and it seems like a lot of the cities in Ontario are on board with the idea, but no one's really carrying through with anything yet. So, but anyways, I'm gonna go to the tiny home show. That is in. There's 2 now. They've actually the last couple of years, it's only been in Ancaster, which is part of Hamilton. It's not far from me. So it'll be there in July. But they also have a second show, which is going to be in May in Ottawa. So that one will be first, actually. So it's good that we're generating more shows like that. So there'll be a show. I wish I could go up to Ottawa and go to that one as well. But I'm trying to save money, because after the tiny home show, I am hoping to go to the UK for a week, and I have my entire family history comes out of England and Scotland, and it's been on my bucket list for my entire life. And every time I've tried to save up enough money or generate money to go, something happens, and either money had to go towards something else, something just kind of kept pushing it off. I couldn't get the time, whatever reason, it wouldn't happen. But I'm really kind of trying to push it through. So I do need to do things like get my passport again, make sure I have the money, not just the money for the trip, but I have pay rent after that when I get back. So a lot of things I got to make sure are in place before I do this. So, but that, I haven't set a date exactly for that, but it will probably be I'm going for a week. It will probably be late July, probably 10 days actually, only because there's a lot of traveling time, and you have to adjust for the time period. So, um, it's what, like I think an 8-hour flight. Then I'm going to Dover, which is way over, like right on the east coast of England, the lower east coast, way at the bottom. So, the trip from the airport to Dover is going to be a couple hours or more. So, I have, but as I said, I have my whole family kind of came from the UK. My grandparents did. My parents were born here. And hello, Big Bad Mama. How are you? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. Of course, I haven't been on in a while either. But yeah, nice to see you. As I was saying, my parents were born here, but my grandparents came over from the UK, and they all did. And I've always talked. I have friends in the UK, and I've always had my camera's tipping, I think, a little bit. Sorry about this. Let me just adjust this. I've always had friends over there, and I'm constantly talking to people are always saying, like, please come over to the UK. So I'm like, yeah, it's sort of kind of on my bucket list. I had to, pay bills off, and there was COVID and everything else. And now I've been trying to kind of, put money aside for it. And then we end up taking another couple of trips with, other friends of mine. It's like, they're like, hey, we're thinking of taking this road trip to Montreal or to wherever. And I'm like, okay, so you end up spending money on that. And that, and there goes that chunk of money. And it's like, you know what? I got to prioritize this. I have always had an affinity for England, and I don't know. This is also going to be. It's only a week, but this is sort of going to be a test trip because I'm hoping next year to make a bigger and longer trip. I think. I don't know if I can get money saved up and get things organized. I like to go there for 3 weeks to a month if I can, but let me go there, get established, talk to people, kind of get a feel for the place and the culture and everything else. And although I have a feeling I'm going to fit in quite comfortably, I'm really excited about it. I said I've had an affinity for London for a long time, for most of my life. So so that's coming up. And Enrique said he just messaged me, and he said he's going to be here in a few minutes. I said, sorry I'm late. I'll be there in 5. And he sent that. Yeah, he'll be in a couple of minutes then. All right, so I guess I'll hang out then until he gets here. So how's everyone else there in the chats? Oh, have you? Oh, I'm envious. You've been to England 3 times. I should have by now, multiple times. I've always had plans to go, and something's always happens. That's why I'm determined to go this time. I know I have some ideas of possibly. I might even look into moving there for a year, not permanently. Canada's kind of my home still, but I would like just to see it and experience it. I've often thought of going. I know the problem is you can visit for up to 90 days. That's the longest you can visit there. If right, like a citizen, obviously you're coming from another country, you can stay for as long as 90 days, and then they boot you out. You can always go back, but you can always come back. Like I think like a month later, you can come back in for another 90 days and just keep renewing that. But you can't work and make money there, right? So I'd have to get like a working visa or something. But if I can do that, I was looking into an ancestry visa, but the problem is now there's been too much time. My grandparents have been gone far too long. They were born over 100 years ago. So I think the ancestry visa is kind of off the table, but I don't think that's I don't think that has to be necessary. I might look into like the working visa. You also have to have a certain amount of money saved up, 15,000 in your bank account or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, waiting in the wings is Mr. Enrique, so I'm going to bring him in. And there he is.
How's it going? Can you hear me?
All right.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Sweet. How's it been? I haven't done with these in a little bit. How's life?
Life, yeah, it's been the same.
Oh, that's too
You
bad.
took, yeah, you had a pretty fantastic trip that you just took, eh?
Yeah, I took to went to Miami. That was pretty fun. We
Nice.
my friend's a zookeeper, so we get to see a bunch of animals for for essentially free. So that was
Nice. Jeez, that's all right. I did watch some of that. You had yeah, you had all these different exotic animals in that you were with. I thought that was actually pretty cool.
yeah, it was like a private zoo, so it was
Right.
really yeah. There's like a lot more you could do. You could just go into the enclosures and you know, obviously there's like a lot of safety measures, but yeah,
Mm.
it was really amazing. And it was really there just to visit my friend because she moved out to Miami like 7 years ago, and we go out there to well, she comes out here to visit every couple of years, so
Right.
we thought we'd go out to see her. But yeah, how's everything art wise? We're given a pre thing right now, or
I only came in for about 5 minutes or so. I didn't do a very long one. So tonight I just kind of came in just to chat a bit, just to kind of because I was off. I didn't do
mm,
anything last week because my back has been out. I threw my back out just a little over a week ago, week and a half ago. So I've been
how did
kind
you
of in
how
pain. It hasn't been as bad as when it normally goes out. Like usually when it goes out, it goes out. I can't even walk. So thankfully, it hasn't been quite that bad, but it's still been in some pain. I've been like popping Advil and yeah. So it's
mm.
been, but yeah, but no, I don't know if you watched the live stream before that, the week before the last one I did.
I think I saw a little bit of it. You were talking about it or what?
Yeah, yeah. Well, a little bit. I didn't want to. I wasn't gonna earlier. I wasn't gonna delve into too much. But just I think I called it "Hi, I'm Phil. I used to be an artist." And
Wait, you can't draw with your back thrown out?
um, oh, this is nothing even to do with the back. This is just because of life in general.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, actually, when my back's out, it's kind of I can't. I've lied in bed and done a little bit of doodling in that. Yeah,
Hmm.
but
Is
just
it
yeah, this was before my back. Is that your phone?
how's but well, I mean, well, how you been? I saw you've been sketching more. Hold on one second. Drop something.
Kinda.
Yeah, I saw you've been sketching more, so that's good, right? Or at least you've been posting them a lot more. I don't know.
Well, just I've been trying to do some doodling, get in what I can here and there, just to kind of do something. I guess just
Mm,
if you do, I don't know. I guess if you've drawn your whole life, you still have an itch. Like
yeah.
there's you kind of want to grab something and draw, and it's been mostly on the iPad.
Hmm.
I haven't done. I started doing some little doodles, pencil to paper, and to try and get used to doing that again because when you make a mistake on paper, you don't
Hmm.
you can't hit Command Z. Right? There's no double tap undo. It's
Right.
there. It's there. You can erase it, but or do you keep going, right? Or do you try and fix it? So yeah, it's that kind of to get used to that again. I had kind of been off of that. So, but my
Yeah.
my pencil sketches are looking hideous, like just horrendous,
Why?
embarrassingly so. So I've just been quietly kind of trying to practice that again, just to get used to drawing on paper. So
Yeah, that's true. I've barely drawn on paper either. Most have been drawn on iPad, and well, I guess
yeah.
I do for the YouTube channel, but I mean like for myself, I
Mhm.
haven't drawn on paper. I just draw with that big marker on
Mhm.
for the YouTube channel, and that's kind of it. Um, but yeah,
I think
is sorry, go.
Oh, I think I told you last time, and part of what's been going on is that I think I told you the building that I live in here was sold.
Hmm.
Um, so the new people that took over want to arrange the same deal that I've had. So I'm still kind of an unofficial assistant super, clean the stairs and take out the garbage. But they've been calling me a lot because they've been sending over a lot of contractors to work on 2 empty units, and I feel like I'm been constantly like there's just been constantly things going on in this building. So if it's not going to work at the Y, it's trying to take care of shit around here that just seems to keep going. And on top of that, the woman that moved out across the hall, bless her heart, she wanted to give me a bunch of things, including like a nice couch and whatnot. That when I ended up taking this stuff, I realized I've got. She left more than I realized, and so it's like you can't see down here, but it's a nightmare in this room. I can't
Oh,
do anything in here. So all the plans I kind of had for lives and the Saturday show, the big Saturday show that I was planning to do, and
mm,
all that is all on hold still now, 2.5 months
oh,
later. So yeah, so
wow.
it's until all this can be sorted. I got to get. You can see kind of a bit of a couch in the background. I,
Yeah.
it's a nice couch, and I was like, oh, that'd be great in here. And then when I brought it in, it's so big, it's just so invasive in the space that I can't do anything in here. I thought, no, this can't stay. As much as I like it, it can't stay. But now I got to try and I hate trying to sell things online, and it just I don't know. I don't know what to do. So
Yeah, it's tough selling. I don't know why I'm really bad at selling online as well, as far as like old cameras and junk like that. It's like you have to leave it there for months or something. Because I know there's a guy. Yeah, I follow like a couple of YouTubers that go to thrift stores and they buy a bunch of stuff and they leave it in there for like 60 days and they reduce the price after 60 days.
Yeah.
And then, but like they'll have 3,000 items and they can pretty much live on that. But they have like a storage room where they put all their stuff to sell for.
Oh, right. Okay.
But yeah, because I was trying to sell, because I was going through my garage lately and I was cleaning out all this stuff from Comic-Con from the last 20 years. And every Comic-Con I've gone to, San Diego Comic-Con, I get like a big bag of like free junk, like maybe some comics for free. And I was going through these bags because I have like 20 of them from like 2001. And I was trying to see what I wanted, what I could sell, what I could throw away. I think like I threw away 80% of it because like 80% of it's like ads to movies that came out and I don't even like.
Oh.
Like some sci-fi movie that came out like 2003 that I forgot about and hated. And I'm like, why did I keep this little flyer? Like,
yeah. Sometimes I keep some stuff just for nostalgic sake. Like, oh yeah, I remember that convention. That was a good time. And
same.
Same.
Yeah. So like I saved some, throw away most of it. And then I sold a couple of things and I guess like 3 things literally, but everything else couldn't sell. So I just started dumping.
See, the problem I have isn't so much selling something. Like I've even put stuff on Free Cycle. It's dealing with people. It's dealing with weird, fickle people that just you put it up and they're like, even if it's free, for example, they're like, oh yeah, I'll come and get it right now. So, but you're getting responses like people are still replying to an ad. So you take it down, you kind of reply to some people and say, yes, somebody's actually coming to get it. It's taken, it's sold, whatever. And then they don't show up. Or they're like, oh, can you hold it for like 3 days? I've got to get a truck. So you wait. You wait. You take the ad down, and then you wait 3 days, and then nobody replies. Nobody says anything, and you try and message back, and you're either blocked or cut off or whatever. They just don't reply, and then you go through the process all over again. And it seems to be like every single time this happens, and I'm fed up with people. Like, just it's listed, it's there now, come get it. Even if you try and say like no holds, they'll message and beg you that they'll want to pick it up in 2 days. And I'm like, as long as you come and get it, like as long as you take this. So then you take the ad down, and then of course they either some might message and say, hey, I'm sorry, I can't take it now after all, or they just don't reply at all. And that's where I've just had it with people. It's because it's like every single listing I've done, you put up, that happens all the time. And I'm tired of it. I just want, I don't want to throw it out. I hate to throw it out to the curb. But honestly, though, I'm about borderline ready to do that because I can't stand dealing with people like that anymore.
Wow. Yeah, have I done anything like that? I guess back in the Craigslist more often days I used to do that, but not. God, I guess I don't. Yeah, I just use eBay right now if I want to sell something.
Oh, yeah. I use Facebook Marketplace. We have Facebook Marketplace, and there's something in Canada called Kijiji. I know I've probably talked about it before.
Yeah.
But it's Canada's version of Craigslist, but it's very popular. It was way more popular than Craigslist was in Canada. Like if you mention Kijiji in Canada, everybody knows what you're talking about. It's a really good system. It really is, but it's just again just dealing with people. But
yeah, no, that's true. I think it's like tough. I don't know. Like I got inspired from some of these Instagrams I told you about where they go to the thrift store and they get this because I knew a buddy of mine. This is a really close friend. He lived entirely off of selling shoes on eBay.
Really?
For about 2 years. And then it just started dying out. But for 2 years he was able to make an actual living from. But he would go to Mexico, and then like by the border here we have an outlet and go super early, like I mean 5 a.m. As soon as it opens, he knows what day. He knows all about shoes. He just buys something and then he resells them online for a few $100s or whatever. Because He doesn't do that anymore, but he did it for like the 2 years at least.
Okay, yeah. I know I tried to do that on eBay. I actually had an eBay store at one time. I was selling kaiju toys.
Oh, nice.
I was getting them wholesale.
Wow.
But you had to buy massive bulks of it, and it took forever to sell them. And people message me constantly wanting deals, wanting them for less than what I paid wholesale, constantly messaging me, even though it's like totally against eBay rules. They were. Every day was getting to the point I got tired of people again. I was just getting fed up with it, and they constantly wanting to like. And even when you try and make some sort of little deal and then they don't message back, I reported a few on eBay. I don't know if they actually did anything or not, but I got.
What do you mean? Like they didn't pay you, or what do you mean?
Oh, just because some of them kept. They're not. You're not. I don't know if this has changed, but if I'm selling something, you're not supposed to message me and ask for an off eBay deal.
Oh, okay.
That's like totally against the rules. You don't do that. If you have an item listed, the only reason you should message a person is just to ask a few questions about the item, but not to ask for a cheaper price, not to ask for a deal, not to do any of that. People were constantly. I had some guy badgering me because I put up a magazine. It was a model kit magazine that I paid a lot of money for. It was a popular, like a Hobby Japan one, but it was a popular one. And I was only selling it for like $10 or $11. And this guy messaged me 3 times wanting free shipping. I'll pay you $10 if you can do it for free shipping. I'm like, no, it costs money to send these.
That's funny.
And so he was getting all cranky about it. And I just was I think I finally did report him because he wouldn't leave me alone. He just constantly kept messaging me and just like, but what I thought was when you go to his site, he was buying these things cheaper and reselling them more expensive. So yeah, I was kind of like, I see what you're doing. So
yeah, I never did that. I've seen a lot of people do that. I just don't want to be stuck with a bunch of inventory in my garage for the next like 5 years and then throw it out.
I know you have to be ready to do that if you want a business like that. But yeah,
because I know you can go to Alibaba and get a bunch of whatever, but then it's like, what if this thing decreases in value over the next year? I'm stuck with all this junk. Yeah. Now I have to go to swap meets and get rid of this shit.
I knew people who actually would buy some trinkets and things at thrift stores, paint them and redecorate them and do different things.
That makes sense though.
Them up and then sell them for more money. But
yeah, that makes sense to me. Like I could. But yeah, that makes way more sense than what we're talking about.
The difficult part here in Canada right now, and I don't know if if you've seen this in the U.S., but thrift stores are you supposed to get them cheap? And one of the big thrift stores here in Canada is Value Village. Value Village in the U.S. too, I think.
Probably, yeah. I don't know if it's San Diego, maybe.
But you go in there and they're charging like almost brand new. The price tags they're putting on them are almost like what you'd find them new. And people have been complaining that they're charging way too much. Like even some people have like compared the clothing with something they bought off the shelf, the same thing, and realized that they're actually overcharging. They're putting higher price tag than off the item, brand new off of like a Walmart shelf.
That's really funny.
What the hell? So yeah, they've been getting in some shit for that. So you go in, you realize they're asking a lot of money for this. So to try and resell it again, to buy it at a thrift store, you're already paying way too much. So now you can't even resell the thing because you're not going to get any more money for it. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't go thrifting enough to really know, but
yeah, it's I've noticed that very slowly because I used to work at Value Village for a while, and I noticed that while I was working there, over the course while I was working there, that prices were going up, especially on clothes, and I thought, you're asking a lot of money for this, but
yeah, that's funny.
So it kind of goes that, but yeah, my friend Dawn though, she would buy like some cheap stuff, and she would paint it and make new sculptures out of it, and then resell them.
Where does she sell them? On Etsy or something? Or
she had Etsy, I think. I think Etsy she was selling them on. Time.
I've been trying to get that Facebook to work still. I've been trying for like a year or two now. it's not working yet, but I'm trying really, really hard now. Like I'm trying
to set up a
well, because supposedly some people make more money off of the ads program on Facebook.
Oh, right, the ads program. Yes, yeah.
Some people make more money there than they do on YouTube, like the same YouTubers. And I don't know. I'm trying to repost. And like, there's different audiences on there, so they like speed drawing. They like speed drawings a lot more from the top drawing people I've seen on Facebook. Like it's all it's all speed drawings, I guess, because people look at it on their phone more. Maybe, I don't know. Where people go on YouTube to like maybe learn also. But
that would be good for like YouTube Shorts, speed drawings.
Yeah. I'm probably, what I'm gonna do. I think I've had issues with this lately, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to you remember I was posting speed drawings on the second one of my other channels. I don't know if you remember that, because you'll mention, because there was like no music on one.
Oh yes, yeah, you were doing a demo though.
Yeah. So I would just grab the same video that's on my main Easy Pictures channel and then just take it, re-edit it. I just shorten it up to 3 minutes, just make it a speed drawing, and then I repost it so it's like different content, but technically I don't have to like refilm everything. So it saves me time. And I was gonna do that in mass, but I don't know how to say it. So like, I'll phrase it like this: like, my friend works at a high school, and they're using everything technology wise right now. They're on AI stuff like crazy. It's an art school, but they use everything. And they were using they're doing social media marketing, and one of the kids, who's like this 18-year-old kid, basically wanted to help me on my channel on one of those. And he seemed really organized. He was like organizing meetings with me on Zoom. We went through like 5 meetings already, and then he was kind of investigating the channel and blah blah blah. But it just seems like he's fallen out, in my opinion, because now he's starting to like if he seems serious, and now like, because kids are kids, you know what I mean? He's just kind of like losing interest. He's got school. And I'm like, okay, this is probably not going to go anywhere. So I'm supposed to meet up with him like through Zoom and like next week. I'm just going to cut him off, like, because he's not serious about this. And I could just, because I was going to give him that second channel. I was going to say, hey, take this channel, not give it to him entirely. I mean, I was going to give him reins on the channel. Right. Maybe he can just edit. He has a giant archive at the school of the videos of like 1,500 of my videos from that Easy Pictures channel. And
really?
Yeah, maybe just take them, edit them in speed drawing and creative ways, and then I'll tell them you can keep almost 50%, of whatever it makes. Because right now the channel makes, because the channel was monetized and it was only making, I mean, it's still something. It was making $500 a month, and then it went down because I totally didn't look at it for years. Right now it's not even monetized. It went so down, but then, so I don't know. I'm gonna propose that to him next week, but honestly, maybe if he doesn't want to do that, if he wants to do something more ambitious, then no.
Yeah.
I'm like, why don't you try editing? It could be easy money. Like it'd be like half the whatever that channel makes, so he'll be motivated to make it. And then I could just kick back and don't have to create more content. But if he doesn't want to do that, I think I might hire somebody off of Fiverr to do that. Maybe, I don't know, because I've done that with Fiverr, and it's just a mess. It's just a big mess.
I don't know why I've never trusted Fiverr myself. I know a lot of people use it, but I've just never felt comfortable.
Well, you don't give them control of the entire channel. You grant them access to the, like, so they can control stuff, but you're like the main holder of the channel, really. So there's really nothing they can do. I guess they could go on there and delete every video, but if it's like videos that they're making, I don't know. I wouldn't care. Yeah. Like that much. I don't know, but I like Fiverr. You just the problem is that you have to scoop through people. It's funny that you say that about because we'll do that all the time. Like, hey, you want to do this off of Fiverr, and then we'll do it cheaper because they charge these guys a lot of tax.
Right.
Yeah, and then I'll always get that message, and I'll go, okay. And I had a few people edit stuff in the past for like a couple of years, like, but anyways.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, So I'm still trying that Facebook crap. Whatever. I'm so close. I feel like I can do it. Maybe. I'm trying. Yeah. There's a woman on there who made $60,000 in a month. I was like, what?
Oh, really?
But because she was going live 4 times a day, though. So it was like, you're going live all day, every day, pretty much. So you're going to build an audience of people that, and plus that's personality based too, I would imagine.
Just notice Adam commented you can choose what another person has access to if you invite them on as an editor. There's different levels of it. So
interesting. Yeah, exactly. I had to like look because that's so they can't delete your whole. They can't destroy your channel or anything.
Right.
One little thing, little note in case this helps anybody ever. One of the reasons why when I did speed drawings and there'd be no sound, I don't know if I said this already. I probably did, but sometimes there'd be no sound because I don't want to edit in my own music. Because sometimes it'll accidentally flag it and say you can't make money off this video, like on accident, totally on accident. And then you have to like get it checked, and then they'll clear it up. But like a better way to do that would be upload the video and then just edit the video on YouTube, and you just add a song from the archive, and it'll never do that. So that's why I started. I just kind of upload all these things totally blank, and I'll just pick a song from the archive. Anyways, What's up?
I'm just No, I'm just listening to you here. Actually, that reminds me of something I did want to ask. I don't know when this is going to get going, but I had kind of this idea for Saturday afternoon show that would kind of have different aspects to it. And there was going to be like a drawing segment, and I thought, maybe if Enrique wants, maybe he can send a segment, or if he wants to come on live for a little bit on the Saturday show.
So this Saturday?
To kind of
what time?
It'll be let's see, for you it would be late morning, early afternoon. The show is going to be called Saturday Afternoon Mad Theater, so my time it was going to probably be I think like I want to say like 3 to 5 in that range. So for you,
I could do that
earlier. So it'll be noon to
2. Yeah, I can write that down. Hold on. So anywhere within.
I don't know when it's going to start yet. As soon as I get this shit out of here, I had this really funny. I think I've told you about that. I had this funny idea for the intro. It was based off an old show I used to watch years ago in the 70s and 80s, and I wanted to recreate the opening to that. I just need to find a place to shoot it properly, but.
Wait, so this is not this Saturday? You're saying just any random Saturday once you clean the stuff up, or?
Yeah, once I'm done here and I can actually get the program underway and do it, then I'll let you know, and then I can have it. Yeah, as you want it to be like a random Saturday or something when you're able.
Yeah. Just let me know like 2 days before, and it should be.
Yeah. For sure. Oh yeah. I'll definitely give you plenty of heads up.
Yeah,
it's you're free.
Yeah, it's usually pretty rare I do some on Saturday, but there are sometimes when I do. But you just got tell me early, and I'm good. Okay. I'm good for that. I'm trying to calculate my taxes here.
Oh, right.
Over here on the side,
I gotta send. I got my paper. I gotta send it to my friend of mine. I need to get my money.
Yeah.
I was mentioning before you came on, I was doing a chat for a few minutes. I am planning a trip to England later in July. Yeah.
Wow.
The Tiny Home show in mid-July, and then once the Tiny Home show is done, I want to go to the UK. It's been on my bucket list forever, my entire life, and I am bound and determined to get there. The last 3 times I came really close to going, something happened, and I couldn't do it. I think the last time it was because of COVID was coming up. I was starting to put some money together. I was talking to a few people, thinking about it, and then COVID hit. And went, well, that's on hold.
Yeah, I need to work on. Where do you live again?
I live right near Toronto.
Yeah, we got to go out there. Me and Vince got to go out there. Vince is hard to reach the last week because he's in Chicago, literally there to look for a place because he's going to move there.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, so he's trying to right now he's there I guess quote unquote in for the indefinitely. He's just trying to find a place. I guess, and then he'll go back to Alabama and get.
Is it for work or?
Yeah, for work. He's moving there for work.
Oh wow! So, all right. Nice. Jeez.
Yeah.
So looking forward to the change, or is he kind of?
Is he bored of the change, or?
No, is he looking forward to the change? Like that's.
That's
a big moving state and everything. That's
Yeah. He felt like from what I remember, he felt like his life was on hold for a few years when he was in Alabama because he just there's not a lot to do, and he didn't really want to make many friends there either. He was just kind of like in the house all the time, and he didn't really.
Chicago, that's where they hold G-Fest every year.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
only
that.
About a 15-hour drive for myself.
Yeah, that's 15 hours. That's a long drive.
That's a long drive. It is. We used
Seattle.
to do it every year, years ago, up until 2002. I think was the last one we went to.
Yeah, that's like for me. That's from me to Seattle. I was gonna say that's a long, like, because it sounded the way you phrased it. It sounded really like close, and I was like, God, that's not close. Like,
yeah, I guess because I'm used to like road trips. I tell people it's like, I'd like to try and go up to Montreal once a year. It's only like a 6-hour train ride. Everyone's like, that's a long trip. I'm like, considering the massive size of our country, that's actually pretty short. But
yeah, 6 hours is not that bad. So wait, 6 hours train ride, really?
Mm-hmm.
To Chicago? I thought
oh, sorry, no. I would say when I go to Montreal, when I tell people I go to Montreal every year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say
6 hours away, and everyone's like, "That's a long ways." I'm like, not really.
Well, yeah, because I thought, I was like, man, because I thought the train's slower sometimes, right?
Well, when it's on time, like my last one was 2 hours late.
Mm-hmm.
I was not impressed.
Yeah, I thought I guess unless do you guys have a bullet train up there? Or?
Not yet. They're planning something like that. I don't know if I'll see it in my lifetime or not, but they are planning an express to go all the way from Windsor, which is way down at the tip of Ontario, that's right next to Detroit, to go all the way up through Ontario, and I think either to Ottawa or Montreal. Wow. They want an express, yeah.
They've been planning something like that over here in California, from California to Las Vegas for like, I don't know, 15 years. But it's like never, I don't know. They keep saying it might happen still, but yeah, I don't know. I doubt it will, to be honest. But it'd be cool if I could just go from here to Vegas in like a few hours.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already like 5 hours, but I mean, if it was like a 2 hour bullet train, God, if the bullet train was like 2 hours, that'd be cool. Because all like desert, really. Yeah.
In '99, we took a trip out to LA because they moved G-Fest out to LA for a couple of years.
Wow.
So I had some friends in Las Vegas, so we flew to Las Vegas. We made a big trip out of it. Went to Las Vegas, saw some of Las Vegas. Our friend rented a car, and then we drove from Las Vegas to LA. And spent a bit of time in LA, then after that we came back to Vegas for another night or two, and flew back. That was a fun trip. I had a great time.
I kind of miss visiting LA. I mean, I was living there, but like I miss visiting it because I hated living there. But I
felt very congested though. Like the streets were small. Everything felt very tight in LA. It just
I hated living there. I really hated living there. I loved visiting after though. For when I go exactly where I want to go, and then I just kind of come back, and I knew and I didn't go during rush hour. You know what I mean? Like I planned it out. Like I really love that. But
do you know one of the things I did while I was out there was before he passed away, we visited the Acker Mansion, and I got to meet Forey Ackerman.
Who's Forey Ackerman?
Oh, all right. He is like the grandfather of sci-fi. He established Famous Monsters magazine.
Okay, I know about that magazine.
And he would always interview people in sci-fi. And his house was just a museum. And he turned his house into a museum that was just all collectibles. You walk through it, and it's just famous memorabilia for all through the whole house. He had some of the decaying models from the original 1933 King Kong.
Oh my God.
He had one of Bela Lugosi's capes. He had the last. He claimed it was the last autograph by Vincent Price. What else? He had so many things. Just the walls were amazing stories. Those comics. He had the original paintings on his wall. Going upstairs. Yeah, it was just incredible. Yeah.
I heard Guillermo del Toro's house is like that right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. But that's what I'd heard. I don't know if that's true.
I have some pictures. It was back when we took pictures with film, but somewhere I've got the photo album from that trip.
And they turned it into a full-blown museum, or you're saying
Turned out to the museum, yeah. But when he died, all the stuff was auctioned off, so it all got kind of divided amongst 4 or 5 people who have his stuff now. So unfortunately, it'll never be seen by the public anymore. But yeah,
that's pretty neat. Yeah, I didn't. I see. I didn't do any of that stuff when I was in LA. I wish I was too busy with school. I was too busy with school, so I was really like there was no time to do anything fun. That's why I guess that's why I liked visiting later more because I could see stuff. But, yeah. What's coming up like project wise, other than the obvious, other than what you just stated? Like, is there anything like just a drawing thing you want to do, or is there like are you working?
I have a whole bunch of little drawing projects and posters I thought I wanted to finish to make into prints. Just some silly things, fun things at all that I've never. I started a whole bunch of things that I never got a chance to finish properly, and I always thought I'd like to revisit them again and finish them, but just can't. So I there's always the Star Tales thing that's always been kicking around for years and years. I don't know if I'll ever actually pick that up again, but I might at least maybe. I don't know what'll happen with that. I've been wanting to play with. I tried to play a little bit with Procreate Dreams, but again, just haven't had time to do anything in here at all creative. I feel like my creative spirit's just been kind of zapped out of me. So. But I'd like to get going on some things soon. I thought, especially since, did I just make a thumbs up? Is that
yeah? I saw that in another live. If it does that, you can wait. Hold on.
Yeah,
it'll automatically do it for some. I don't know. I guess I don't know. Maybe there's not enough contrast.
I know if you go like this, it makes. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen it in another live. I was like, oh yeah, that's neat.
I gotta turn that off. I thought, because I thought it'd be nice to get going with my YouTube channel, because it's always nice to build up with what's the Green Day, St. Patrick's Day is coming up.
I forgot about
that. Are always fun to do with when you have a YouTube channel. You do something fun for days like that, like when and you do hey, let's do something green. Let's do
a seasonal channel.
Let's draw a leprechaun or something, right? So so it's.
It could be like a seasonal, like
and then I always end up missing it because why is my lamp in my view? Oops, sorry. Let me just turn it because that's really obnoxious. That huge light coming through. I can't get rid of it. I have to fix this. I have to redo this living room. This is all fucked up in here.
I think when you do seasonal stuff like that, I mean, it would have to be. It's cool to just do stuff like I mean, on a broad channel, like not like I named my channel Halloween drawings, and there's issues with that over the year because I shouldn't have. I don't regret naming that, but I'm like, man, I do upload on it here and there off season, but it's like the channel name is not going to change. I'm not going to change it because it'll mess my algorithm up for when it shows up. But it's a little funny when it depends on that. Let's see, whoops.
How is that? Oh, I see. It's not on. That's just reflecting. I have 2 lamps. That's not even that lamp is not even on. It's reflecting light off the other lamp. That's why it looks so bright. That's so weird. Okay. Actually, too. Also, the build up to going to England. I thought it'd be really great to maybe even do a live from out there if I can.
When are you going out there again?
I haven't set the exact date, but it will probably be the last week of July.
Oh, nice! Wow.
There's a tiny home show coming up in mid-July that I try to do that every year now, and then right after the tiny home show, I'm hoping to leave on a Monday or Tuesday, whatever's cheaper, because I know flights. It's the most expensive time to travel, unfortunately, but it's kind of
when summer.
We got to be now, yeah. So, but if I go midweek, if I'm going for a week and I go from like somebody just told I was going to go from like a Wednesday to Wednesday, and somebody was telling me pick Monday. Monday's cheaper.
I thought Wednesday was cheaper. Really? I didn't know that.
That's what I was at too. But that was my neighbor was telling me he flies all over places all over the world. He goes to Spain and Portugal and Mexico and that, and he's always like, yeah, Monday's cheaper to fly. So, okay.
Wow.
But I know him. And he was telling me too. I was talking to my neighbor outside, and I was asking him a few questions because this will be the first time I traveled across the ocean, and he's like, "Why are you going to England?" I says, "Well, it's kind of personal for me. Like my whole family's from there. I have friends in England. It's just it's been on my bucket list since I was born." Mm-hmm. He's like, "Well, there's cheaper places to travel." I'm like, I know. He says, like, UK is so expensive. I says, I know it's expensive. Like $100 Canadian, I think, is only like £58. So it's almost like 50% of.
Is that the way it is for?
So it's going to be. It's like I think I punched in 1,000. I thought if I had like $1,000 Canadian spending money, and I punched it in the currency converter, and it's like 581 pounds. Like wow. So not to be spending a lot of money, but yeah, I thought it'd be fun to kind of do a live from out there and just kind of record the trip and make a little travel thing for my for the channel. So, but I kind of need to have an active channel to make that even worth the effort. So,
yeah, I gotta. I think I told you this a couple times last year, but I got to go visit my cousin in Sweden. I think it's pressures on me to go now, like from family, just to go out there and visit him. And also, I would love to go out there. I should start doing the math on that. Maybe I can go.
Yeah. So, where was that again? To
Stockholm, Sweden.
Oh, Stockholm, Sweden. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be lovely to go see that. Oh,
it'd be cool. I'd have to. I want to start doing the math just because I'm feeling pressure from the family. But pressure plus it's like, oh yeah, there's a good thing. Why would I not want to go? This is awesome. And,
sure.
But it's also a hassle to. I hate the plane. I'm not afraid of the plane. I just don't like sitting there that long. It's like a boring.
Oh yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a necessary.
Flying, but I'll do it to go somewhere.
Yeah. It's like a necessary evil. It has to happen. Yeah. So like going to the dentist or something. I was like, I want to do this thing. So I have to sit there for that long. God. Also I've been working on a blog.
Okay.
Sketchmonsterart.com, just because I met an artist. I think I said that last time on here.
Really?
I met an artist.
Can you send me the link to that?
Yeah, can I write in the chat or no?
Sure. Yeah. If you want, I can even put it. If you want, I can even put it in the description after the.
Sure. Just put it's just Sketch Monster, like the one I have on the thing, art.com. And then it's a work in progress. I'm trying to figure out how the front page looks, but I wrote like 4 articles already, and I'm going to get an SEO check on it so that it attracts people outside of just my Facebook, because so far everybody's just from my Facebook and Instagram. But I wanted to build up 10 articles first, and I have 4. And then after I build up 10 articles, maybe put some free stuff on there before I really want to like pitch it to people. I'm just trying to build up a base of things on there that exist. But like I told you guys last time, I know an artist who makes about $1,000 a month from his blog, but he has a lot of articles.
Right.
He has a lot. I didn't count them, but it looks like 60 or something, or 100. I have to look. But yeah, and I know he was trying to make more than 1,000 because he was making 1,000 to 2,000. So he was. It's somebody I briefly spoke to, but I don't really know him. But he was trying really hard. But he gave a breakdown on a YouTube channel of this stuff too, and he's just trying to break that barrier of 2,000, and he just can't do it. So he's really changing his blog up a lot. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad, but it's let me see his blog. But yeah, I'm just going to keep adding to it, try to figure stuff out. God, he has. See, I don't even know how many there is. He has 22 pages, and there seems to be 1, 2, 3.
It's getting an SEO for that. I know it's a little pricey, but I suppose
the SEO for what?
Oh, I was just thinking about your blog.
The SEO, like as far as pricey. What do you mean? Or you said SEO?
So I should go back and ask this. So the blog, is it? Do you get like a domain name or?
Yeah, I got the whole thing for $100 a year, but it might increase next year. It might increase. Yeah, it might increase next year. So I'm going to ask him about it, because my old website that had 90 articles on it, like 90. I mean, that's like something I built over 9 years, and like it was more than 90. It might have been 90 pages of stuff, but it was junk. It was all like SEO. It was just junk. It was stuff I got off Fiverr and stuff off. It was not good. But I got a virus on there 5 years ago, and it just kind of malware just destroyed the whole thing recently. And I just kind of washed my hands with it. I'm like, every time I add a new plugin, it just lets in malware, and they said it was going to cost me like $800 to fix. This is like the website, like it was HostGator. They said it was going to cost me because it's so in there. They said it would have to be. So I was just like, you know what? I never liked this the old website I had, the old one. I don't like it anyway. I'm just going to chuck it. So I threw it away and I started over. So this is my I'm starting like with topics I like.
Right.
Where
was your blog again?
What's up?
What was your blog name again? What was it?
So Sketch Monster, and then the word art after that .com. So sketchmonsterart.com.
There you go. All right. Yeah, I'll put that in the
Sweet. Thank you.
I'll put that in the description after for you.
Yeah, I think when I put a list of free, I want to put like free stuff, you know, to lure people into the site. You know, I got ideas. I just need to. Again, I want to just start with that base of 10 articles. And like again, I think I have 4, maybe 5. I forget. But yeah, this guy. Look at something.
You have a very professional looking site.
Thanks. I'm just more or less just using, you know, pre-made, you know.
Templates, but this works though.
Oh, heck. Let me see. So the guy I'm modeling my page after is 1, 2, 3. He has 12 articles per page, and he has 44 page. No. He has 22 pages. So 22 times 12 is. Where's my math? Anybody can do math? 22 times 12.
No, I can't. I'm terrible with math.
Okay, I'm just gonna do it on here. No, that's a wrong number. Hold on. Give me 4,000. I'm like, no, it's not 4,000 articles. 12 times 44 equals 528. He has 528 articles. I'm like, okay, no wonder he's making it. Yeah, so he has 500. And I don't want to use AI because I've heard that it's possible. We've talked about this, right? Yeah. Maybe possible one day that Google might mark it as spam when the internet's flooded with AI articles, which I'm sure parts of it are. But if they ever one day say, hey, we're just going to mark it as spam, because I know you can detect AI writing. I've tried a bunch of experiments with that. And I just don't want to be like, you know, I don't want to screw myself over. So I'm trying to like just write them myself and get like an editor, a friend who was an editor before, to just look them over and like make it understandable. But it doesn't have to be like, you know, it's not like a story website. It's just like, it's just thoughts. But yeah, I've already, FYI, I've already hypocritical of me. I've already used AI images on there.
Really?
Yeah, for some of the articles, because some of the articles will be like I just need a little cartoon, because it's really good at stock art. That's what I've noticed the best. It really, so I need like studying for a test, and I just have like a little cartoon. I'm like, okay, I just need this little cartoon. If I can't find it on a stock website, I don't want to pay like $10. I'll just use this free thing to generate it. Okay, well, I generated a tiny little cartoon. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to write that somewhere on the site just to like be more. But yeah, I'm not pulling, you know, full blown like art though from anybody though or anything. I mean, like full blown like, you know, rendered art. It's just my own. I try to put most of my own art on there. Yeah. But yeah, so blog, Facebook. I have too many things. I kind of want to like update one of my other YouTube channels as well. So I have too many things. And make it more like a journal, like an art, because I've seen some artists. I know you've seen videos like this too. You'll see like a young person, I don't know, and they're like 19 and they're like talking about life, but they're also drawing while they're talking about life, and they're not very good, but the video's edited pretty okay. And they've probably been whatever it is, the video itself has like a lot of views on it. Maybe it has like 100,000 views or something, but they only post every month, maybe. But they're making money off of advertising. Like they'll get paid like, oh, this company wants to, because each video will have a lot of views despite the whole channel not having a lot of views. Yeah. And some of these people will make deals. They'll be like, okay, I get like $4,000 to make a whole dedicated video to this one brand. That's like great. That's a great month. You know, if they do one deal like that a month, and you know, so I want to maybe make a channel like that, but that's really squeezing it in there because I have very little time. like with everything else, I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I wish I was that busy sometimes. So yeah.
Yeah, you should do that. Just keep pushing the channel. I'm begging one of my art. Sorry, go.
I know. I was just gonna say I'd like to.
Yeah, like I'm begging one of my artist friends to, because he's really, you know, in a position a lot of people are. You know, he hates his job. He's working at T-shirt Mart where you print stuff on T-shirts, and then he also sometimes you have to design logos really quick that people want, or you just slap it together, or
oh yeah.
You know, and he hates everything he slaps together, but he's just like, oh, the client likes it, okay, whatever, who gives a shit? But you have to do it like in half an hour, so it's like you have to like slap it together. And he's kind of like had it up to here with his job. He's stressed out of his mind, and they kind of push him around. Like they ask him to work all these hours he shouldn't work, and he's trapped. Like he's got the rent. I keep telling him like, well, he wants to look for a new job, but like the job, as crappy as it is very, very secure. You know, like
that's tough. Yeah,
super secure, and like a lot of people have come and gone. He's been there for like 4 or 5 years already.
I was glad that I never got that locked into anything. I would hate that. I mean, I kind of was in that position a few years ago, but I got out of it just because I was miserable and my anxiety was through the roof.
Yeah,
so
yeah, that's true. I'm trying to convince them if he can't get a new job, then try a side gig. I know he's tired for side gigs. I get it. He's too tired when he comes home at night. But like, if you really want, you got to do something. Like, I don't know what's the plan. Then you just wait till what he gets fired in like 4 or 5 years or 3 years, and you just got nothing to show for it. They don't give him too much. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure. I'm trying to push him to make a YouTube channel, like maybe even just a simple one. You know, just like mine, barely any edits.
That was kind of the plan, and why I started that was so that I don't mind the job at the Y. I kind of get a free membership with it, and it's only like right now I'm only getting 16 hours a week, but it's enough to kind of keep me afloat, and I can still even put a bit of money away because I've got the deal here in the building, so my rent is a lot cheaper than what it normally be. So I'm doing this, but. But that's kind of why I started a channel. The idea was maybe to try and generate something with that, but it takes a long time. Like you have to build up, at least 500 subscribers before you can really start generating anything with it. And if you really want to become a partner, then you have to get up to 1,000. So to build that takes a long time. So
it's pretty easy if you do like those simple generic art videos. I think like if you go more generic, like I think it's easier because there's already a market for that. Like because it was pretty quick to get to 1,000, but I was posting like 3 times a day in the beginning, but I was posting those very simple like I do now. I barely edit right now, but you just do what you can mentally handle, right? If you can you set up your, like over here I got, I don't know, I just set up a camera. No intro in the beginning. You just buy a $5 intro off of what is that called? Fiverr has like $5 intros. You just insert your stuff. You tell them to insert your stuff, and then
I got my intro set. Though I already know what I'm doing.
no, that's good.
But
I'm saying like for him or I just think it's really easy. It'll gradually grow if you just do the consistent generic thing. It'll grow. I think like $300 is. Like, I think a few $100 is reasonable. If you want to make like a lot though, then you have to make some genuine, unique shit, probably, which I'm not at either. So it's like,
I don't know. I wouldn't know what to.
Well, that's the thing. You have to do what I'm doing, which is you just chase the trends and you draw stuff you don't really want to draw. But then again, it doesn't take that long either. You just draw it. It has to be over 8 minutes.
Really?
Well, over 8 minutes, you can add more ads in there. It gives you the choice to put more ads. So if the thing only has 1 ad, and people get annoyed, you can add 3 ads. But people, you do make more money. People do, as mad as some people are, people do stay, some of them, and you make more money because somebody watched 3 ads as opposed to 1. And that's after the 8-minute mark, you get that control. Before the 8-minute mark, even if it's like 7:50, it won't. The option doesn't come up at all.
Interesting.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff. That's why I don't know if you ever noticed if people try to drag videos, which I do. Like if it's like, oh shit, I'm going too fast. It's 4 minutes. I need to go. I need to start rambling.
So yeah, I guess that's the thing. If I'm going to make a video, I have to make it interesting to hold people's attention. I think that's the problem. Is the videos that I've done are just not interesting enough. I have to make them somehow keep a person's interest to the.
Well, that's an endless. That's the endless struggle, though. I'm having that struggle on everything right now, especially Facebook. That's why I can't get my Facebook to grow. I'm trying really hard, but yeah, like you know, who most people blip out in the first 10 seconds, and this is like every video. I think even like giant videos, but you want it to last like 30 seconds, or you want it to last a minute, or I think like Mr. Beast, you know, or I don't know if you ever noticed that, right? Like he cuts like 1,000 times, or some of these guys, they'll cut, because every time you cut it, I don't know why, it keeps you watching, because you like readjust. You're like, huh, what? So you just start. Yeah, I don't know. It does something. It's like this. It renews your energy or something. So I'll look at like a Mr. Beast video, and I don't really watch Mr. Beast, but I start watching it just to kind of analyze it. And like the first 30 seconds, it's cutting like constantly, and then it starts to slow down in the middle to like a normal pace, and then it'll be pretty chill the rest of it. But it wants to keep that viewer around for that good threshold. Right. And then that'll like, I guess, yeah, you know how it works. Yeah, the longer they stay, the more people they'll shoot it out to.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, fun stuff. Still got to do that comic. I'm a little worried about that. I got to do that comic still. I was doing a comic for an anthology that.
Oh yeah, you might worry about that. Yeah.
It was originally it was due in March, but they moved it to I think late May. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I'm being like lame about. I'm like, I got 2 months. I'll
go by fast.
I know. I'm trying to lock myself in the library and go like. I feel like I can only think in the library. I don't know why. Like even more than my house. I just feel like because the house I feel really. It's great. It's home base, but I feel very stuck. If I'm in the house all day, I feel really weird and antsy. So I have to like leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like leave the house. So, and then I notice when I leave the house, cafes are pretty good. Sometimes they're too loud. I can usually ignore the noise. But then if I'm in the library, it's like perfect, dead silent. I'm outside the house. You know, usually it's pretty. Usually they have comfy chairs in the library. That's another thing too.
Sure.
At least
my roommate does that. He goes to the library, but I always feel like if I go, then I'm always forgetting something. If I do something like that, it's like, I didn't bring that with me. I didn't bring this with me. All my supplies are at home.
We just write a list of what you need. Depends how much you need. Sometimes it's like I need my computer to render. I'm like my full blown desktop to render. I'm like, oh, I can't. But for me, it's like, oh yeah, I need a wire. It's not, you just take it. You just take it next time. Or I didn't log into something on my laptop. I'm like, shit, I can't edit my website because I didn't log into it on my new laptop. Like, fuck, Or yeah, those things happen a lot. God, what else? That's kind of it. Really, I think it's been raining here.
Everything has it. Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
it's been warmer than usual here. This is normally still a cold period, but we had a really mild winter, so.
Oh wow.
Which I'm fine with. I've had enough of the cold.
Yeah, it's never cold over here. We've had a lot more rain than normal though this last few months. Like because we barely have rain, but it was flooding. It was crazy flooding like a few weeks ago. I think like 3 weeks ago. Like dangerous flooding, which never ever it hasn't happened here since 1920. Yeah, it's so bad. Like I've never seen where they drag the cars, that kind of water. That's I've never seen that in my lifetime. So that was new. But that happened like a few weeks ago. Not in my area. But is there any art questions?
Can you hear that?
I can hear you. What is it?
Oh, all right. If you can't, it's fine. That's good then.
No, yeah, I can't hear anything.
My roommate came out and decided to use the bathroom.
Oh, okay. No, I can't hear that. Is there any art questions or anything? Anything like that?
Yeah. Art? What's that?
Oh my god.
I haven't done anything much lately. And
know
new
if,
iPads are coming out pretty soon, so I was thinking about upgrading my iPad, and I thought, no, I'm trying to save up for England. I'll do that later. But
I got the oldest iPad. Well, the oldest that can have Procreate on it. I specifically, I specifically bought the oldest that can have Procreate, so it would be the cheapest because that's all I'm using it for. I'm not doing other stuff on it. I just use it as a drawing tool, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I draw more. I do a little bit with mine. If I'm going away, it kind of becomes my computer. Kind of becomes a laptop if I'm going. Like when I went to visit my aunt for like a couple of weeks, I took it with me, and it was kind of like my computer away from home. So it was handy that way.
Oh wow.
So yeah, but though otherwise, I just usually mostly open it for drawing. I did get I decided to try Fresco because it was only
what's Fresco?
It was only Canadian $13 for a year. Oh, Fresco is so I used to have Adobe. I used to have Photoshop and the really cheap one, the two that come together. Lightroom. Is it
Lightroom? Maybe.
Lightroom yeah, for photos. And I even on that, which was like the cheapest one, it was $160 a year Canadian. I thought that's ridiculous. I'm not going to keep paying that because it's Photoshop. So there's so many other programs, and I was kind of a bit miffed. Even and I was splitting it with somebody too because you can have two users on it, and it's still like $80 a year. And I thought I don't have to spend that if I don't have to. So I've been getting other cheaper programs that I don't have to keep paying like a. But the Photoshop for the iPad is still terrible. It's still very limited. But one of the things I found out they did is for the iPad, they kind of split it because they know a lot of artists use Photoshop. So instead, what they did for the iPad is there's Photoshop to work with photos on the iPad, and then there's Fresco, which is their drawing program, and it's laid out very similar to Photoshop, but it's aimed more for artists. It's free. You can actually use it completely for free. But if you pay the extra $13, you get a few little extra bells and whistles. You can get a few more pens and features and things. A few little extra features with it if you get the paid version. But you can use it completely for free. But it's a great little program. I see why there's all kinds of videos about people saying I switched from Procreate to Fresco, and here's why. And it's
how much is it?
Probably. For you, it's going to be like $10 a year.
Oh, per year. Interesting. Because is Procreate per year too, or no?
Procreate is no, it's flat. Like it's American $10 flat. That's it forever. Fresco charges per year because it's Adobe. So I have like 6 or 7 drawing programs though that I've never like. I have I got Sketchbook Pro because I've had that forever, and I got that on the iPad. Which I kind of like it. I got Pixelmator Pro for the iPad, which is terrible. I also got a program that doesn't get enough love. What's it called? 1 second here. I can tell you. I'm drawing a blank on the name of it, but the one that's really, really good. Infinite Painter. But it's missing some things. You can't add text, which is really, really weird. So it's good, but it's got a few limitations. And then I got Affinity Photo on here as well. But Affinity is a bit weird. I've started to learn more. You can draw in Affinity Photo, but they try to get you to use Affinity Design, but that's more like Illustrator. And I'm a little lost on using vector designs like that. And it's not the kind of work that I usually like to produce. So I don't know. I was really turned on to Affinity for a while, and now I've been kind of turned off of it. So just because it's not the type of work I like to do. But
that's too bad.
But yeah, so that's all. I have all that on the iPad. When I'm not on the iPad, though, I probably use Clip Studio the most on my desktop. But
I've heard that a lot. Didn't people get mad at that for something? I forgot. Like 6 months ago, they wanted to start charging for something.
Oh yeah, because it used to be just a one flat rate, but because they wanted to like start updating the program and upgrading it, they did start sort of. It's a little more complicated. I don't know. They made it a little too complicated, I think, but they had different levels of how should I put it? Like they come out with Clip Studio 2, and but if you, which was only an extra $20 or something, so fine, you pay extra $20, now you have Clip Studio 2. But if you want to get the updates to it, you have to pay an extra $10 for the year, and that's what you pay. Wow. Or that's the what do you call it? I mean, next year then they're going to be coming out with Clip Studio 3. But again, you pay an extra $10 a year to get the upgrade. That's the upgrade pass, they call it. You pay $10 a year. Or if you want, you can just pay simply a monthly fee, which I think is like $10, $12 a month. You can do that as well. But I think you get it for both. I want to say you get it for both the desktop and the iPad if you get that version, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look into that. But I didn't want it on the iPad because it's a little bit too, because the iPad version is identical to the desktop, like all your interface and everything, and it feels very tight and very small and very cramped. So it's too much on the screen to work with for that. Where other programs like Fresco and Procreate are all optimized for the desktop.
I need to. Yeah, I don't know. I need to do more art. Period. Like I just do art for stuff. I haven't done art for myself because I was going through stuff for the articles, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's some old art, but I need to do more stuff. Period. Like I need to fill that.
Actually, something else I should do if I'm going to do a YouTube, because like you, I'm a big kaiju fan, and of course there's a new Godzilla movie, so I should do some stuff with Shimu and all that stuff. So
now's the time to do that stuff. That stuff has a good following. That's the thing in general.
It does, kids like that. So
guys, I saw it on different channels. It pops off on every channel I've looked at. To be honest, like if they have if they're like me, on that kids channel, and I'll just draw anything and everything, the Godzilla stuff really pops off. And but I've researched other channels like that, and their Godzilla stuff pops off as well. So I think it'd be a great idea to put that in there. Now's the time, Phil. I give you 15
in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I got 15 more minutes. Is that all right? Or
do you? Oh, sure. Yeah, I didn't think you were going to be. I thought you were only having like an hour or so.
Yeah. I'll just cut it at 11. I showed up late, and because I'm gonna go help my mom with the garage. We're gonna replace our plug.
No worries. If you got stuff to do, I don't mind. That's
it's fine.
Ooh,
I got 15.
It's 1:45 here now, so that's.
If you have to go, it's fine. But I can do for 15.
I just thought it was really late to. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's. Let me think if I can think of another art thing. Hold on. It's depressing, and it's also hypocritical for me now because I'm using AI. But I'm only using it for stock art, guys. But I gotten so many arguments about it lately on Instagram because
I can imagine.
Yeah, because some of the stuff is getting. I don't know if there's stats on it, but it feels. So I don't even know how to quantify. It feels like it's less. There's less of it, but there's more concentrated of it. Like I'm seeing better, much better, more convincing AI art now on Instagram, where I'm like, damn, who did that? Oh fuck, it's AI. I'm seeing much more of that, but I'm seeing much less of my friends even remotely use it. So that's what it feels like. It's getting more focused. And I remember arguing with some of the guys that look really good. It looks like concept art that I used to see at an art center, where I'm just like, who's that? Oh my God. And I would see that guy's old art, and I'm like, oh, okay, he's an artist, but he's terrible before. And you scroll way down to his old stuff, and then his new stuff looks like some of the best concept artist kind of stuff. What the hell?
It's getting eerie now. It's getting really scary. Some of the stuff that coming out.
Yes, some of it's getting exactly. That's what I felt too. Some of it's getting scary now, because before it was like you could tell instantly, like overly rendered, where it looked nice, but it still looked like, I don't want to say it, really stiff. But I'm starting to see people use it in a way. But again, I think those are coming from other artists. From what I've seen, the best stuff that's moving around and stuff, it's not coming. I don't think it could be coming from nobody's, of course, but I usually I'll scroll down all the way, and it's like, okay, that guy used to draw. He just draws not that great, you know.
Yeah.
But so I think, and so they know how to design and they know how to pull stuff around. But well, we'll see. We'll see. Did you saw the video stuff, right? That Sora stuff everybody's talking about that won't stop floating on my feed. Have you seen that?
Which no? What's this?
It's like realistic video, like really realistic video of AI. Go look up Sora AI.
Oh, yes. I think I know what you're talking about. Sorry. Yes. There's like puppies playing in the snow.
Yeah.
And
yeah, because
although it's still not perfect, if you looked up,
right.
watch that up close, like it does some weird things. The paws switch between dogs.
Yeah. But I think what I was saying about it, because people were showing me this, my opinion was like, okay, the initial batch of video, like that lady walking in Japan, I'm just like, I know I know it's based off other stock art and photography and shit, so and video, and it's like,
that's why people.
I mean, how original is this? Like exactly, like I don't know. Sometimes they'll show the base image, and it's like, okay, that is incredible, but there's a base there, so I don't know. But then I the ones that kind of like wowed me were the unrealistic ones, like the dog that was typing on the computer. Did you see that one?
I think so, but I don't.
There's only the dog. Like I wanted to see more fantasy stuff, not just person walking on the street. Who gives a crap, you know? Like, like okay, like that doesn't show me the capabilities of it. I mean, I guess it kind of does, but I don't know. I want to see the superhero dog or something, you know? Like,
what's concerning though is I'm still hearing reports of like artists saying that they're seeing parts of their work mashed into it. So I don't know if it's like stealing stuff or if it's supposed to be learning, right? But instead it seems to be like taking.
Oh, it's definitely stealing. Yeah, it's definitely stealing and compiling. I always thought
like even signatures are showing up in.
Yeah. I don't know if they got rid of that though, because that was the old model, or I think they might have.
Oh, was it? Oh, still.
Yeah, the old model had these signatures flying. I don't know if they still do or not, but like, because I know that fad went away, you know, and everybody's using that thing a year ago. What was it called? I don't remember that program where everybody had like the colorful image of them in the space outfit or some shit. I don't know.
Oh. No.
But okay, the video one, man, the comments are moronic. But I'll keep seeing stuff like, you know, this is gonna kill Hollywood. I'm like, no, it's it's not geometry. They're not giving you the geometry. They're only giving you the finished, you know, like video. It's not like, you know, that's gonna be a whole other thing. That's gonna be, you know what I mean? Because then you need. When they build robots and stuff like that, they want the internals so they can like shift it any way they want. You know what I mean? It doesn't give you that. It gives you just finished. But it's going to help a lot of like little filmmakers, I think, as far as help. It's going to be help misinformation. I've heard that for sure is going to happen. Oh my God. Yeah. Right? There's going to be like, this person got killed. And it's like, it was like
that's the scary part. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of political crap.
Yeah.
That like that. Abuse. Yeah.
But don't you think, this is a food for thought thing, I think if Midjourney shut down right now, let's say, like the image one, it's going to take away like 85% of people are going to stop using stuff like the really good, the threatening, at least the, like the threatening concept art, you know what I mean? That's all coming from Midjourney, really. Like kind of coming from DALL-E, a little bit from DALL-E. Like I would say 90% of it's from Midjourney. But like, if Midjourney shuts down, I mean, it's going to take away. I know they say it's out there, but like, it's going to lessen it like crazy if one of these companies goes out. You know what I mean? Or because they're getting sued by 3 different things right now. They're getting sued by what is it, like stock image site? They're getting sued. They're getting that class auction lawsuit from a bunch of artists right now.
Right.
They're getting sued. That's going to take years. But if it goes our way, then you know, I talked about Nightshade last time. You know, that thing where you can corrupt AI. It corrupts the library of AI by scanning it as like a Picasso or something like that. Have you seen that? Or no?
Oh, yeah. You remember you talking a little bit about that. I don't remember the details of it, but yeah, I remember.
Yeah, but yeah. So if it tries to scan new art, it'll scan it. It won't know it, but it's going to scan like, oh, it's going to come out as a Picasso. Or I think the Nightshade one's even worse, where if you scan like a person, like a painting of a person, it's going to come out as a chair. so it'll really screw up.
Oh, geez. All right.
Yeah, it'll really, and if enough people do that, it will fuck it up. But I don't know. I'll tell you where I think it's scary and sad. Was a friend of mine? I saw a TikTok of this as well. One of my friends went to a store over here called God, I can't remember what it's called. It's a small store, not like Barnes and Noble or anything, but like it's a smaller store. And they had a coloring book section, and every coloring book was AI. Like was AI made. You could tell. You're flipping through. You're like, oh shit, this is AI.
Isn't there? Wasn't there like a book being advertised on Facebook? And I think what's his name? Jazza did a whole video on it.
Yeah, that was. You know, it's funny. I'm smarter than Jazza because I saw that ad too, and I'm like, this is AI. Like,
did you do right off the bat, eh?
Yeah, I knew right off the bat, just because I don't.
I saw the ads and I just skipped over because I thought, I'm not interested.
Yeah, it's like,
I didn't even think to look at it. Really, I didn't ever thought twice about it. I just like,
don't
tell me art books.
Yeah, truthfully, I just looked at it and I was like, I think that's AI, just because I've seen similar stuff in that exact style. It's like they pick a style that goes nuts for a while,
right?
And I was like, God, that looks like AI. It could be real, but I think it's AI. But that wasn't the reason why I didn't buy it. I was just like you after that. I was like, all right, I just skipped over. I don't really need it right now. But yeah, I guess he bought it, and it was.
Yeah, he did. He actually bought it.
Yeah, I saw that video. He's making good stuff now. Honestly, I'm starting to. At least his commentary, I'm like, I agree a lot with it.
For like 12, 15 years. So
his brother is intolerable, though, right? And we talked about him.
Is he really? I didn't.
His brother is pro AI art, and he thinks that AI art is you're as good as an art. You are an artist, like 100%.
His brother's not an artist though. His brother makes not like what Gaza does. He makes like costumes or something like that, or makes
he's an artist. He's also an artist himself, but his channel's entirely dedicated to medieval stuff and movie reviews and stuff like that. Yeah, this Shadden, I can't remember his name. Yeah, but that guy is trolling everybody on X or whatever the hell, Twitter. That guy is intolerable. I don't even interact with it because in my opinion, that guy's obviously trolling. That's my opinion. Of course he's trolling. I don't know. I'm like he's just I don't know. That one's embarrassing. Like I don't even want to if I used a music generator recently to make music, like these 30-minute things of my friends, put their name and the style of music. And I was like, I'm pretty good, but I don't think I'm a musician all of a sudden. I'm just like, all right, that's a fun little gimmick, and I already got sick of it. Like that's the way most people treat a lot of the art stuff. It's like, oh, that's a fun little gimmick. My friends used it for a little bit, and they're done. And now it's back to whatever. So I don't know, because my older friend who's 65, he's super threatened by this stuff, and I just told him it's never gonna touch him. It's never gonna touch him. It's not gonna touch traditional art. My other friends who do traditional art barely think about it.
I can really see is where a company wants to make wants to update their logo, and so where they would normally hire an artist, they can just have somebody like punch something in because they have no
right.
Somebody will punch into AI and go, "Oh, that's perfect," and it's like some crap thing that no artist would ever come up with. But most people in companies who don't have like an artistic eye won't think in that term.
Right.
Like, oh,
and there was always like generators for logos, like that always exists. There was always
true. Yeah, that is true.
So it's like, what's the difference now? I don't know. It's definitely touching the coloring books. I guess somebody could have made a coloring book out of stock line art. That's possible. But now it's, I guess, just easier. And that's why they're flooding the market with these crappy, like every coloring book I'm looking at on Amazon sometimes is AI. I mean, I heard they can't own it supposedly in the US, but it's there. I guess they're technically, you can't copyright it, I guess, but you can sell it. I guess. I don't know the rule, but there's nobody can complain about. Yeah, there's nobody can complain about it. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But anyways, is there any last thoughts or anything?
Last thing I did want to ask you, just really to when you come on here, I had this. I've been kind of ask you this the last couple of times, and I keep forgetting, because you have a good following on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on here.
Do you ever I don't know if you've ever like put out a message that you're going to be live on my channel or something? I don't know if you'd be willing.
I think I did it once a long time ago. I should do it every. You're right. I should do it every time.
Because it might help bring in, like, and I've got like 2 or 3 viewers watching, but I thought, well, you have a big following. If somebody likes you there, maybe might bring.
Well, I'll say this out of
demo while you're talking.
When I put up, maybe I could bring in like 2 people or something, because like the when I put a story, my stories get as much as my other accounts that have like it feels like the algorithm's similar. Like I get I get 500 views on my stories. That's
still a lot. That's way more than what I get. So
what do you get on your stories for?
I get maybe 60, 70.
Okay, yeah, my other channel gets about that. My other Instagram, not my yellow on my personal, on my the other art one I barely touch, gets maybe like 30 people. So, but yeah, like 500, and then like if someone, maybe 4 people will click the link out of that, or 5 if I want to link something. So yeah, maybe we can get like 1 or 2 people in. That'd be my guess. Like good. Yeah. Let me know next time. I mean, I guess I knew, but I kind of forgot.
Yeah, I'll ask you next time. It's like, hey, if I'll let you know like the night before, and maybe you can make it, because they're up for 24 hours. So you can make it like
definitely, because do you have a link before the live even goes up, or you just put a link to the channel, or how does that even work? Do you have like an actual link that you could give me and be like, oh, it does, right? Because
I think I put in a link. Yes,
yeah. Just tell me next time. I didn't even know if you forgot, because you messaged me earlier today.
I didn't do one this time. It just hasn't been felt worth it yet. But but if I keep going with this, then yeah, I definitely will. But let's see how things go over the next week or so.
Perfect. Well, great chatting with you as always. Hit me up whenever, obviously, like either 3 weeks, or just hit me up on that Saturday you're talking about, whenever you
for sure. I'll let you know when that happens, you know. So you're going to be back on here in 3 weeks then, or?
Yeah, I'll be out here in 3 weeks. Trust me, Vince will come back one day. Like, he will come back if he's settled in over there. If he better come back, I want him back on this thing.
I'm gonna keep doing this I want to keep doing this every Wednesday, because I want to start bringing in some other friends as guests and that are artists, and get them in here. And
consistency is like the most important thing out of like any of these things. I know
that's the frustrating thing, is it's hard for me to set a time and date for these, because something always comes up. So that's what I'm scared about doing the Saturday. What's going to come up on the Saturday? You know, I was thinking about, what if I do like a Monday afternoon video as well? But no, then some shit hits the fan and it takes away my Monday, and then I've got to run out to do something related to the building or whatever. It's like, no, I can't. That pisses me off. So it's one of my frustrations.
That's why I don't do scheduled lives anymore. I was doing it for a while, and I was like,
even uploading, even just to upload the video, like I guess I have to kind of make it the week before and then upload it that week. But I don't know. It's just been very frustrating to get anything done.
Right. So you'll get it figured out. But anyways, we'll talk later. See you later, Phil.
For sure. You have a good week. We'll chat soon. So.
All right. See you guys.
All right. Have a good night. And for everyone else watching, that's it. I'm going to end it right here. Have a good night, everyone. And I'll try and do something for next Wednesday. Right. Cheers, everyone. Take care. Thanks for watching.